What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. And this was a video that I've had on the calendar to do for months now. I got the idea for this video probably back in the spring, and at this point, it might be a moot point um, to make the video with how Microsoft is falling apart at the seams and the fact that we won't even probably have Xbox much longer. But in the event that there's some drastic turnaround and Microsoft somehow saves the day and comes back to life and gives a shit about Xbox again, this is what I think they should do to overhaul the achievement system, fix the achievement system, whatever you want to say. So one of the main problems, and I've been talking about this for a long time, is there's no reward for completionists. Um, there's never been an answer to the platinum trophy. So on PlayStation, there's more of an incentive to get completions versus just like overall total trophies. Whereas on Xbox, people care more about your overall gamer score. So it would be more efficient for me to just play through a game like on the easiest difficulty, not worry about any of the collectibles, just play through it and get the progression achievements. And then once I'm done, put the game away and then move on to another game and just keep going through games, not finishing them. That's a better way to get overall gamer score. But for people like us, we like getting games complete. There's a satisfaction to it. So there needs to be an update to the achievement system to add some kind of extra reward for a game complete. So what I want them to do is to add like a gold achievement, diamond achievement, platinum achievement, whatever you want to make it. I don't care. But once you complete a game, you get an additional achievement worth 100 gamer score, and it goes into a separate category in your game on your profile. So next to your overall gamer score, next to it will be a little number of how many completions you have, and then when you're going through somebody's games list on their profile, you can go to a separate tab, and it'll show you all their completed games. Maybe you can even organize the list how where you want things placed or whatnot. Maybe even a feature where it shows like their hardest completions, like the percent of how many other gamers have it complete, kind of like how True Achievements has it. So that would be really cool if they do that, and it'd be such an easy fix to do it too. And Microsoft used to do this, like on the 360, you go through somebody's achievements, and it would show you. It would have a separate folder of all their completed games. So I'm not sure why they got rid of that. It makes really no sense. So, Dad, I have other things that I'm going to talk about, like achievements not unlocking, everything that you probably already know about. But to that point specifically about adding a response to the Platinum Trophy, what are your thoughts on what I laid out? And is there anything maybe you would have added differently, or what's your take on that?
I was saying most of what you said I thought about as well, but I think in terms of like a completion achievement, they can either make it like solid gold in remembrance of, Xbox Live Gold because it doesn't exist anymore. It's kind of like a memorial to it since they replaced it with Game Pass. And I think it would be nice if there was like a whole separate tab on someone's profile. Like when you go down to the achievements, there's a tab below it that says completed games, and then you can sort it by like chronological, so their first game, or like in terms of difficulty wise, and then like you're saying, in terms of like true achievements, if I want to say true achievements is owned in part by Microsoft or rather the Xbox game team, so they could integrate both of the platforms together, and that might actually fix some of the problems with whatever Xbox does. But I think that would be nice, or like you said, maybe you get 100 Gs for a completion. That's its own separate, complete like gamer score list. So you have two separate gamer score lists. But I don't know. I think the gold achievement would be, a nice little memento to what it was like back then. But hello, cat.
Well, no, Dad. So, like, my vision for it was like when you got the gold achievement, you'd get the 100 gamer score, and it would go into your overall gamer score. But then, like, the number on your profile next to your overall gamer score counts just the amount of gold achievements you have. So it's just a raw number.
Okay.
It's not really a
Okay.
score. It's just a raw number. Um,
Yeah.
so the other thing. So here's another thing that's really been bothering me, just like in the last year or so with achievements, is the inflated gamer score from fucking garbage ass fucking games. This easy achievement era that we're in has fucking kind of just ruined fucking achievements for a lot of people. Like back in the 360 days, you had to work for it. Like you had to fucking sit down and grind. Like single player games, AAA games, you had to like work for the achievements. Now somebody can spend like $10, get a bundle of like 4 or 5 games, and fucking get 3 or 4 thousand gamer score each game in like 5 minutes, doing nothing essentially, like getting an achievement for jumping a certain amount of times or dying or that kind of dumb shit. Because developers are taking advantage of people of achievement whores like us because they know we're gonna run out and pay the $5 for these garbage ass games so we can get easy gamer score. And yeah, I take advantage of it too, but that's only because I need to stay competitive in the race for the record. But if I had it my way, we would all just be like playing real fucking games. Like go back to the 360 mentality where the arcade games were like capped at 400 gamer score. You know what I mean? Like the AAA games should be 1,000 gamer score, and then they get updated as they go. Arcade games should never go past like 400 because they're too easy, and it inflates gamer score and it devalues people's hard work. I'm sick and tired of that shit. I mean, I assume you feel the same way because you don't really like entertain the idea of those shitty ass fucking games.
I, I can't stand these achievements. Like, yeah, I have played a few of them, but it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm playing this shitty ass game for like a couple hours and I'm getting like 3,000, 5,000 G's out of it. Versus, I can go play a way harder game, bust my balls for like weeks or months, depending on how hard it is, and then complete it. I mean, yeah, that is satisfying. But, in terms of, I think they need to like put a cap on the shovelware games because now there's so many shovelware games and there's like double or triple stacks of the same game. You got the Xbox version, you got the Windows version of the same game, so you can double stack that game twice. Yeah, I honestly hate shovelware games, and I think the way True Achievements kind of rates your gamer score does it, I guess, a little better because it takes how many people have completed the game and how many people have played the game. Then you get a different ratio in terms of your gamer score. So, like for me, I have like 172K gamer score on Xbox, but on True Achievements, I'm in like 400,000 True Achievements points because I've played hard games and I finished hard games. I've been currently working on Master Chief Collection. I'm missing 5 achievements. So once I finish that, that'll give me a massive boost. And also, I can say, yeah, I've 100% a very, very hard game that I've been working on for years. But yeah, they, like you said, back during the 360, I honestly can't think of a single shovelware game that I can think of right now that came out during the 360. And people like Stallion 83. What made him reaching 1 mil so like special is that he did most of his work on the 360 before shovelware kind of came out. I'm not sure how he finally passed 1 mil, but I think he played a few shovelware games because he was scared that somebody was gonna like dethrone him or something like that. But yeah, there's way too many shovelware games. They do need to put on a cap on that, or you can't double or triple stack the same shovelware game. Yeah, I like that idea.
Well, like there's a time and a place for indie games and arcade games. Like I'm not saying that they shouldn't exist or whatever, but like just bring back the 360 rule. Arcade games capped at 400, or sometimes a lot of them were only at 200, and they only had like 12 achievements. And like I feel like that was so fitting because like with an arcade game, I'm not gonna sit and play it for like weeks and weeks and weeks. So putting 12 achievements in the game, I can usually just knock it out in a couple days, and that's usually how it should be. Um, Now, another thing that really needs to be fucking fixed, and some people might not consider this a problem, but I do, and it's things like multiplayer achievements, DLC achievements, like things that make achievements not long term. Like if a game's servers go down, like I was gonna try to complete Tiger Woods '06 because it's a launch title for the 360. The servers are down, and they've been down for like 10 plus years. So there's no getting the achievements in that game. So the developers should have never made online or multiplayer achievements. Uh, Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2, that had achievements tied to DLC that's no longer in the fucking game. And of course, there's always the problem of well, what happens when the store goes down? Then you're not getting those achievements. I can think of like 10 plus games right now off the top of my head that I'm never going to get to 100% now because I didn't get the DLC for the games on the 360 before the store shut down. So I feel like achievements should just be tied to the single player game, or you have to be able to get the achievements offline, and the game's got to be always obtainable at any point in its lifespan. And, I mean, am I just like crazy, or what do you think about that?
I think in terms of multiplayer achievements, if a game is shutting down its servers, they need to make it like mandatory that if you want to play this, say like Tiger Woods '06, like 10 years later, it has to have peer to peer connection, and you can always 100% the game all these years later. If it has dedicated servers, when you're offline that game, you need to make it peer to peer so that people can go back and play those games all these years later. And games with dedicated servers that get shut down, you can't play the game anymore. Like prime example, Bad Company 2. I didn't really play the game's multiplayer. I didn't really know it was shutting down either until like I think 2 weeks before it was shutting down, and that was only because when I logged on TA one day, I saw an article, "Oh, EA is sunsetting these Battlefield games." Like, oh, what the hell? And Bad Company 1 I haven't played, but Bad Company 2 is on my list. I can't finish it now because I have a shit ton of multiplayer achievements that I cannot get anymore. Same thing with World of Tanks on the 360. I played that game years ago, I guess, and I dropped it because I guess I didn't find it fun. But that entire game's offline, so I'm missing like 90 achievements that I can never get. So if you're gonna make multiplayer achievements, there needs to be rules. You need to either have it peer to peer so you can do it years later, or you need to develop an entire AI program so you can have AI like in the case of like let's just say Plants vs Zombies going for two, the ones that you need are Cats versus Dinos, right? If you are pulling the mode, you need to notify everybody in game a month prior. Hey, we're gonna pull this mode, and if you're not active, then tough luck. You're not gonna get it. Or like I said, make it peer to peer and fill it full of AI bots that can subsidize the role of players, and you can still technically get the achievements. It's just against robots. So Microsoft needs to crack down on that. I do think that there are some issues with multiplayer achievements.
Yeah. So another big problem, and I think this is probably the biggest problem and the most widespread problem among all of us, is achievements not unlocking, achievements being bugged, being glitchy. It's probably like 50-50 at this point for me. Like either the achievement's gonna unlock or it's not. It's like a 50-50 thing. The main thing I always cite is Halo Master Chief Collection. The game is utterly broken. The achievements don't pop most of the time, and that's so just demoralizing to like put your heart and soul into a project and be like working so hard to get an achievement just for it to not unlock. Like the Evil Within 2. This was a good example of this. I had to play, so I played through the whole game, and I got to the end, and the achievement for beating the game on the hardest difficulty did not unlock for no reason. And I looked up all sorts of troubleshooting and like watched a bunch of videos, and nothing helped. So I had to redo the whole thing. And luckily, this time, the second time through, I made a save on the last mission because I was worried it was going to happen again. And it did. It happened again. But this time I was able to go back, reload that save, and after I had like done it 3 or 4 more times, then the achievements unlocked. I think it has something to do with like the in-game tracker and the percentages of how many people have the achievement unlocked, and stuff like that, because this did not happen in the 360 days. Like achievements being bugged, that was like a one-off thing, like one in a million that you would hear about an achievement being bugged on the 360. Like those achievements popped instantly on the 360. Now, ever since the Xbox One, like if they do, sometimes they're delayed. Like I'll just get online like a week later and I'll be at the dashboard and all of a sudden an achievement unlocks from something that I did like a week ago. So whatever they did going from the 360 to the Xbox One, that's like whatever they did there is what just messed everything up and made achievements so buggy. What do you think?
Yeah, the whole that whole bug achievements thing that pisses me off too. But and the funny thing is about the Evil Within too, it's a single player game that has bug achievements, which I don't know how that happens, but yeah, they need to like overhaul the system completely because it's like you're saying, it gets annoying. Like I've I think I played a game recently. I want to say it was like maybe Gears 5 before it broke on me. I did something for an achievement. I think it was like it was something with escape or whatever. But anyways, I did the achievement. I didn't get it, and I was like, oh well, that's unfortunate. I guess I'll just go fuck myself. And then like a couple days later, I randomly get a notification on my phone that you got an achievement. I was like, oh, that's weird. Oh, actually, a great example of this is when I beat the Halo Combat Evolved Lasso playlist. I didn't get notified on my Series X, and I was like, what the hell? Because I was fearful it didn't pop, and I had to replay the entire game again on Lasso. But my phone not got the notification that hey, you completed the C Lasso playlist, and I was like, well, what the fuck? I was getting like all worked up, and I was about to be really pissed off. But how is it my phone gets an achievement notification before me when I'm playing on my Series X, and it's literally right in front of me? Like, how does my phone beat my Series X? It doesn't make any sense. So they either need to change the system completely into something that actually functions, or they just need to revert to how they did it on the 360 and modernize the system for, if they want to keep their same achievement interface. Or, yeah, it's getting to a tipping point because I've encountered many issues and it's really starting to annoy me as well. But I completely agree with you. They need to fix this shit now.
Yeah, so I've got two more points here. So, number one, uh, can we like make achievements not be fucking stupid again? Like when achievements were first introduced, it made you like play the game a different way. It made you like it added new ways to experience a game, like beating Resident Evil 4 without talking to the merchant. Like that's putting a whole new twist on the game for that achievement. And like I feel like back in the 360 days, that's what how the majority of achievements were. Like it made you experience the game in a different way. It made you work towards something. Now it's just like sit here and suffer for fucking a month and get 5,000 kills or collectibles or just nonsense shit. Like just you could tell like there was no creativity in the achievements. Like the developers had to throw in some achievements, so they just made nonsense garbage that people are not going to have fun trying to get. It's just going to be miserable. It's going to be repetitive as fuck. It's going to make people not want to play the game because you're just hating your life trying to get this one fucking achievement. Like I just like some of these achievements don't are not adding anything to the game. They're not adding anything to your gaming experience.
Yeah. A prime example of this is Gears 5. You have to get 100,000 kills versus, and the kick in the nuts is it's only worth 20G. So I don't know if you're going to bring this up next, but I think there needs to be like, point limitations, or like, hey, if you have to bust your balls for 1,000 hours or 100 hours, this achievement needs to not be worth less than 50 or more than 100. There needs to be like stipulations of, hey, your achievement needs to be within this range of how many G's you get, and it needs to be based on how long would it take you to realistically get the achievement?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I'm right there with you. I hate achievements that either get a shit ton of collectibles in this game. I don't want to do that. You know, you want to have a guide pulled up, and I'm like pausing this guide every like 10 seconds trying to figure out where the shit's at that I missed. No, I hate doing that shit. But yeah, like for instance, you're saying like challenge runs that they turn to achievements. There's I don't mind it, but if it's like play the game in some asinine dumb way that the game's like designed to be played, like yeah, I can't. I hate that. Don't make me miserable trying to finish the game.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of grindy ass fucking achievements. And then also, I think this is probably my last point, and this is something I've been harping on for years, and nobody seems to really give a shit, and I don't know why because it'd be so cool. But can we have achievement support for OG Xbox games? At least the ones that are backwards compatible. I mean, it's such a small list already. You can't just go and add some story progression achievements to those games. I mean, wouldn't that be cool to have OG Xbox achievements? PlayStation 1 and 2 games get trophy support, the ones that are on the PlayStation Store, so why not give us OG Xbox achievements? Even if we only got like 12, like an arcade game, that'd still be better than nothing. It gives a whole new life to some of these games that are backwards compatible. Well, do you have anything else?
Yeah, for backwards compatible Xbox games, that would be actually really cool. Like, for instance, if just for example, Halo One and Two on the original Xbox, if they did have achievements, that'd be cool. Another game that I personally play and I actually do love. It's Star Wars Republic Commando. That game kicks ass. I would highly recommend playing it. But if that game had achievements, then I would be right back to it playing it. But it would be nice if Microsoft would do that, or even still, if they did do that, they could have an entire separate Gamerscore list or a specific, kind of like a platinum trophy equivalent for Xbox for original Xbox games. If they want to separate them in a different list, then that'd be fine. It would be cool if they would do that. I mean, what's there to lose by doing it? You're going to incentivize people to go purchase older games and play them again. You're just making money. Foolproof.
All right, well, that's really all I have to say. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think about our suggestions here, and what do you think is wrong with achievements, and what needs to be added or fixed. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys all real soon.